to Nashville Superspeedway, qualifying underway for the Spittin Venom Podcast ARCA series, part of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. So we see Trent Sneed, the 81, heading out on track. This Corvette looks a little different this week. A lot of cars will look different. So we have music theme going on tonight. There's an Atlas car. Trenton out on track. Just a Godsmack scheme with the Kevin Harvick base. Jeremy Scherer in the 15. I know it's hard to see red on red, but that is the 15. Travis Martin stopped on track in the Taco Bell car. Cliff Muffins. I have no idea how to say the name of this band because I've never heard anyone say it out loud. I've only had my attempts in head at pronouncing this, so if it's not Gajira, I am sorry, but that's how I say it in my head. Trenton goes top of the charts in the 81. Opening laps coming in for qualifying. Trenton a big slide there on lap 2. I suspect this lap shall be slower, and it is by over a second. Hayden goes top of the board in his 67 ARC music car, goes 30.497. Marderson third quickest, Catalano fourth. Jake Lawrence slots in at fifth. Jeremy Scherer currently sixth. Cliff Mullins jumps up to fourth. I said it right, hot darn. Martin jumps up to third in the Taco Bell machine. Jeff Price out on track. Price goes third quick. Ian Montrose in the number 1. Emotionless and white on the hood. Mike Edwards in the Metallica car. Like he saw this concert live in person, so he was amped up to have the 72 season scheme on there. Hopefully Daniel Wallen's in a Labor 12 car, and he is. Perfect. Let's watch Montrose. To the stripe for the 1. Goes third quick. Mike Edwards right behind him goes fourth quick. Thought you had Nashville and was going to run a ghost car. Oh man. Maybe that could be why so few people as well. Don't race this track a lot, so not a lot of people own it. Edwards almost identical laps from lap 2 to lap 3. He'll stay third. And only other car still driving is Trenton getting some practice in. Thanks, Trenton, for giving us something extra to put the camera on. Trenton looks like he's going to practice a pit entry. Always a good idea. That's probably not his pit box, though. Daniel Wallen's the last car we can show you sitting at the start-finish line. As the final seconds of qualifying tick away, Hayden Lowe, your pole sitter, by almost 1/10 of a second. Here we go. Over to our feature race, 100 laps at Nashville. Wait for the grid to form up here as we get set for our starting lineup. Everybody get out on track, waiting for Jeff Price and Travis Martin. Now just Jeff Price. Go ahead and get this going. Starting lineup presented by our friends at Labor 12 here in Nashville. It's music-themed night, so keep an eye out for all the different music themes on the cars. As we have the ARC music car on the front row with the pole, Hayden Mullen in 67. Starting second, I really can't read what's on the hood of that thing, but here's Trenton Sneed in the Atlas Corvette. Mike Edwards is the Metallica Chevrolet, starts in the third spot. Ian Montrose, motionless in white Chevy, starts in fourth. Jeff Price, Back Channel Productions Pontiac, starts 5th. Travis Martin, Taco Bell Chevy in 6th. Zach Martison, Easton Transportation Nissan, starts 7th. Cliff Mullins, Gojira Pontiac, starts in 8th. I was like, what is it? It's Pontiac? Okay. Etsy Catalano in the M9 SimSport Chevy, starts in 9th. Jake Lawrence, Reese Chevy in the 10th spot. Jeremy Scherer, Godsmack Chevy 11th. Don't have the 12th place car out on grid for some reason, so Daniel Wallen will slide up to 12th, but shows 13th on your scoreboard. The Labor 12 Pontiac, always out on track every week, even though they are a music act. You know, go figure. J.R. Deal in the 9 Cave City Roleplay Ford Mustang starts 14th, and then Will Ashbrenner, Bad Omens Camaro, starts in 15th. Like we officially have 14 cars on track. 100 lap race at Nashville. Lots of Trenton fans hanging out in the race. I'm seeing a Labor 12 Pontiac ahead of Hayden. I'm very confused right about now. Like Hayden has taken an EOL for this race, and to the back he has gone. Mike Edwards leads you to the green flag. Lucas Oiso did get out on track just in time, didn't make qualifying. And take off to lap 1, turn 1, see how things shake out. Edwards ahead of Sneed for the lead. Jeff Price trying to get up ahead of Ian Montrose. Montrose trying to hang out there on the outside line, but not going to be able to stay there as Price clears for third. Now Montrose under attack from Travis Martin as we get 2 and 3 wide back in behind. Like someone grabbed the wall a little bit. May have been Jake Lawrence. So 15 starters tonight. Martin working Montrose still. Couple of Chevys side by side into turn 3. Montrose very nearly bouncing off the fence. A little further back, you see Lucas Oiso making his way from the back alongside the 15 Jeremy Scherer. Let's get our driver Chad in here now that we've gotten through the lineups and everything. Get the music off. Hope you guys enjoyed the musics. Jeremy Scherer back into that car, came around a little bit, as does the 55 of Margison. Scherer did a little bit earlier than I think Margison had to check up to avoid him. Margison doing a good job hanging onto that car. He's going to fall back to 12th spot, battling Llewellyn. Mike Edwards in the Metallica 14 out front. Britt Poole. I don't know what that is. Hey Trent.
Hello?
What's your hood say?
Parkway Drive.
Perfect, thanks.
Yeet.
I'm ashamed that I didn't know that was Parkway Drive. I just couldn't read it. I do like Parkway Drive. Songs Obey and... I can't think of the... Wishing Wells. Those songs are great. Trenton closing in on Mike Edwards. Lap 5 of 100. So we're going to close in on our race leader. Jeff Price a little wide on corner exit. May have rushed the wall. Catalano in the 4 car also having a bit of an issue off of turn 4. Hoytsma all the way up to the 6th position. Hayden Lull from the back to 9th so far. Keep an eye on those guys as they usually find their way to the front. Highlights the guys that are not always able to run in the top 3. So Trent Sneed, Jeff Price, Travis Martin, Ian Montrose, sole top 5. And then Lucas in his Labor 12 Pontiac up to the 6th spot. Betsy Catalano in 7th. Hayden Lowell passing Jeremy Scherer. May have put him in the fence a little bit.
Might have been me too, my bad.
Contact between the 67 and 15.
Nah, I know you got something in your ear telling me that was all me. It was. I got loose and split up.
Martinson clears Cliff Mullins up to the 11th spot. Lash Rider Jake Lawrence, battle for 14th spot. Reese's car and the Bad Omens car. Weissman's reeling in Ian Montrose for the 5th spot. Meanwhile, Hayden looks inside Catalano for 7th. Hayden clears Catalano. Go back to Hoytsman working on Montrose. Actually lost a little bit of ground. I think JR Deal in the 9, trying to get past the 4 of Catalano for the 8th position. Deal not quite able to get there. Looking for battles on track. Not seeing a whole lot right now. This is still the best one according to the numbers, although Hoytsma is closing down on Montrose now. Catalano may have just brushed the wall on the 4, giving the spot to the 9 of Deal. Here comes the 15 of Scherer trying to follow through. Godsmack 15 car. Already side by side all 4 and back to the line. Hoytsma still in the tire tracks on Montrose. Scherer's still not able to get past the 4 of Catalano. Catalano running way up out of the groove. It's a very high line. Seems to be working for Catalano though. Able to fend off Jeremy Scherer. Out front, Edwards continues to lead over Trenton Sneed by 0.3 of a second. Hayden and Lucas battle for 6th as Hayden ran down the 97 and got by. Lucas had a bit of a bobble somewhere on that lap. Go back and find it. He was running a little bit further up. Looks like he may have brushed the wall there on corner entry. Slides the car up through turn 1. Has to get out of the throttle. That allows Hayden to close right up on the back bumper. Then you see him get loose there on exit. That is why Hoytsma lost ground and eventually the position to Hayden Lowell. Hayden up to 6th. Montrose 5th. 15 laps. Hayden to go from the tail end of the field up to 6th. Travis Martin, the Taco Bell car. Jeff Price, then Trenton and Edward, what? I don't even know what I tried to say there. Edwards. Can't say my own friend's name right. Michael. Asher Brenner still out there 14th. Jake Lawrence 15th. Lawrence has got some right side damage to that Reese's car, slowing him down a bit. Probably hoping for a yellow to get some repairs. May not see many yellows tonight. Small car count. It's like Hayden's chasing down the one of Ian Montrose. Motionless in white Chevy. Montrose sliding around quite a bit. Let's watch from the onboard of Hayden there. Lucas, as we watch Hayden try to battle Montrose. Hayden gets clear. Montrose tucks in right behind him. Hayden up to the 5th spot. Montrose's car up the track. Hoytsman's going to sweep by on the inside.
Okay.
So Hoytsman up to 6th, Montrose 7th. Next car for Hayden to run down is Travis Martin, 2 seconds ahead of him. Margison working by Catalano. Margison disappearing. Come back, Zach. Scherer gets by Catalano. Scherer up into the top 10. Edward leads over Trenton. They have 1 second over Jeff Price. Price has a half second over Martin. Martin has 2 seconds over Hayden. Hayden has Lucas Hoytsma right on his tail. Mullins, Martison, Catalano, and Scherer all in a little pack.
Where'd Lucas go?
He's having issues with his computer. It blue screened earlier, so he's having issues.
So Hoytsma just vanishes while he was running down Hayden. Tough break for Lucas.
The first started with his wheel is feeling real funky.
You know, Lucas just likes to be out there and race. Falls out of contention here early on. Hayden 2 seconds to make up to get to Travis Martin. Martin gaining on Jeff Price. And Price has a full second to Trenton as they both work past the 68 of Jake Lawrence. 14th place car goes 1 lap down. Jake struggling with the balance in that car with the right front corner having some damage, slows him down on the straightaways. Trenton, quarter distance, closing in on race leader Mike Edwards. Sound like Jake Lawrence is up against the wall. They're trying to stay out of the way. Trenton hounding the back of that 14 car. Field's starting to get pretty strung out. Not a lot of battles going on. Catalano and Margison, about the only other one we got going right now. Have to keep tabs on both of them.
Just check.
Let's see where Trenton's running compared to the leader. Trenton looks a little lower there, going through 3 and 4. Let's go for a ride with Trenton. Hit the start finish line, begin your lap. Out to the wall and try to settle in down to the bottom. Turns for 1 and 2. Start to drift out towards the wall, trying to keep it off of it though. Trenton making good gains there. Got it down under 2/10. Seems to really be able to hold the bottom pretty good. Right on board with Mike Edwards and look back at Trenton. Yeah, Parkway Drive Corvette. I believe Jeff Price just smacked the wall. Let's see if we can get a replay. Jeff Price coming off that last corner. He gets up really high, gets the wall a little bit. Travis Martin has to make a huge move to avoid getting into the 19. Jeff Price falls to 4th after that. Travis Martin now 2.1 back from Trenton Sneed. Trenton right on the back bumper of Mike Edwards. So we've been green since the start. 30 laps clean and clear. Appreciate you, Zariah. Checking on your Hayden back there in 5th. It's catching Price. I believe Hayden will get up towards the front by the end of it. Even without a yellow, I think he can get up there. Very fast car. Edward Sneed, Martin, Jeff Price, then Hayden. Ian Montrose, Cliff Mullins, JR Deal. Mullins just sneaking by the 9 to take over the 7th spot. JR Deal 8th, Catalano 9th, Margison in the top 10.
2050 setting.
Lasha Brenner. Coming to pit road a little early, but I know he's been having some issues with the driver conditioning, we'll call it that. We'll see if he comes back out or if he calls it a race there.
Pitting.
It's like 63 and 19 also on pit road, so it could be a planned stop for Asher Brenner.
67 pitting.
About everybody coming. So you can get on pit road clean and clear. We're on the other end. Nope, they're both on that end. Both pit lane cameras are at the other end, useful. Edwards makes it down. Trenton's on. Hayden gets down to the lane. Ian Montrose is going to stay out in the 1, take over the race lead. Motionless and white car gets some TV time. Cliff Mullins will stay out, take over second. JR Deal goes to third. Mike Edwards still in the pit lane. Looks like Margison's going to stay out and go to fourth.
Wrong turn.
Got
He-
pitting this
Hayden gets to his box.
time, JR.
Montrose stays out again. Cliff and JR both coming down. Jeff Price stays out on track as he's already been to pit road. Here come JR and Cliff Mullins. Tire fall-offs about 8/10 for Montrose. Margison hits the pit lane. The last one is the one car. You heard him just say he's coming to the pit lane. Montrose brings the number one down to the pit lane. Cars that have been to pit lane and back out. Mike Edwards leads that group. So he has to make a lap before he can take back over the lead. Now has 1.7 seconds over Trenton Sneed. Sneed's hanging up behind the 26 here. Ashbrenner's gone a lap down. Sneed gets clear. Montrose on the pit lane, should be overtaken by the 14. Mike Edwards back to lead, has 2 seconds over Trenton Sneed. Sneed has Jeff Price behind. And Travis Martin, Hayden Lowell. Hayden really had to
William.
turn the car sharp there.
Oh, good.
So Montrose is shaken out, currently in the 6-5. Edwards a bit of a gap now, 1.7 over Trenton Sneed. Trenton lost a bit of time. About half a second on the pit lane, so I guess the rest was on the in and out. So he's now falling back towards Jeff Price and Travis Martin. Hayden Lowell right there in the picture. And they have almost 6 seconds over Ian. Ian should start to close that some. Ashburn just brushed a wall trying to stay out of the way.
Heavy.
Martin gets by Price, as does Lowell. So Martin up to third, Hayden fourth as Jeff Price lets him through. Travis 3.1 behind our leader in closing. That's right, Scott. So far it's been green from the beginning. Edwards out front in his Metallica ride. Trenton Sneed, Parkway Drive and Atlas rides second. Travis Martin, Taco Bell third. Hayden Lowell, Arc Music bouncing off the fence there, currently fourth. Jeff Price, the Back Channel Productions car fifth. Ian Montrose, Motionless and White, Fort Worth Green Chevy sixth. JR Deal, Cave City Mustang seventh. Catalano, M9 SimSport Chevy eighth. Margison, Easton's Transportation Group ninth. Jeremy Scher, Godsmack car 10th. Cliff Mullins, Gojira. Pontiac is 11th, battling, well not battling, but beside Jake Lawrence. Daniel Llewellyn behind him is 12th in a Labor 12 car. Lashbrenner in the Bad Omen Chevy, currently 13th. Then there's Jake Lawrence, one lap down in 14th. Oh, Martin, a little bobble getting into the corner there in turn 3. Hayden going to get a run on him. We'll see if he's able to stay to the inside of the Ghostman. See if the Ghostman puts up much of a fight. He does not. Allows Hayden to get in there, gets him behind him. So Hayden up to the 3rd spot after starting last. Check in on Trenton. Trenton's P2. 1.8 behind the leader, 1.3 ahead of
Go
Hayden.
cut grass, buddy. Go cut grass.
Cliff Mullins going for a venture there. Watch what happens to Mullins as he comes out of turn number 2. Loses the back end. Steps out on him. Nearly saved it. I mean, I guess it's technically a save still, but nearly stayed out of the grass. Nearly straightened it back out.
That was close.
Closing in on halfway. Giving about halfway points. 10 of our 15 drivers will get points.
Hey, Michael, how warm is it in here? Fuck off.
Wow.
Is your booby sweating?
Oh my god.
My AC is out, so my taint is very moist.
Wow.
Oh, right. Getting that real NASCAR driver vibes.
Then some details.
Too bad it wasn't a month earlier. That thing be soaking wet.
I don't know about this too bad part, but sure, we'll go with that. Anyone else just throw up in their mouth a little bit? Or is it just me?
Michael, the only thing you gotta tell him is get out of my swamp.
To Jeff Price, let Travis
Amen.
Martin by. And still, that's the closest battle on track.
Yeah, lawnmower man down there.
Yeah, whatever.
I think Daniela Wallen may have just gone for a
Hit the apron.
little bit of a grass cutter here.
I didn't cut it as bad as you did.
No, I was trying to get all of the back stretch.
That's Blake's job. What are you doing?
Blake's not even here to defend himself. We're on the halfway lap. We're giving away points at the end of this lap to the top 10. 10 points to first, 1 point to 10th. Edwards off of turn 4, sees the cross flags indicating halfway. Picks himself up 10 points for the season. 10 for Mikey, 9 for Trenton, 8 for Hayden, 7 for Travis, 6 for Jeff Price, 5 for Montrose. Deal's going to come across to pick up 4. It's like 3 for Catalano, 2 for Margison, and Jeremy Scher will be the last car to pick up halfway points. Edwards continues to lead in the 14, but Hayden is closing in slowly. Was 3.3 back, now he's 2.5. And 2.4. Trenton's fading a bit. About a second and a half back in the 81. And there is Hayden in third. Right on board the ARC music forward. Looks like a whole lot of traffic ahead of him as he bounces it off the fence coming out of turn number 4. Hey, Hayden. Hayden, there's a wall there.
Ah, scared the shit out of me.
The wall or me?
You!
There was a
Did you
wall
not
there,
see me
though.
get loose right as you joined?
No, I didn't.
You joined and I immediately broke loose out of turn 2.
Perfect.
Gaw. And now my right rear is overheated. Great.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you, Swiss.
So how is it out there?
It's fun, honestly. Setup is pretty neutral. Depends on how you drive it. Too much throttle, it gets loose. You carry too much speed, it's tight. It's a challenge to keep it on the bottom and hit the right line, but it's not impossible. It's really fun, and we're just kind of logging laps, trying to save the right front, trying to track down Michael. We got one pit stop left, probably coming up in about 12 laps-ish.
66,
So-
67-ish, yeah, somewhere in there probably.
Right around there.
At least for the start of them. I'm sure we'll see some
Yep.
stragglers take it out to about 70, 73.
Yep, I plan on taking it out as long as I can to have new tires for the longest part of the final little segment.
Makes sense.
Good race so far, no cautions, all green.
Only two
So-
cars cutting the grass, Cliff and Daniel.
Hey, you know what? That's just Cliff and Daniel things. If I was going to place money on 2 drivers mowing the lawn tonight, it would have been those 2.
That is fair.
I'm sure I'll get a middle finger emoji for that one, but
You probably deserve it.
probably.
How long do you think till you get up to Trenton there?
If he's about to hit the wall, then not very long. Okay, he missed it. I don't know. He's just, especially once I get into his dirty air, it's going to be really, really difficult. I learned that with Montrose a little earlier, that air means something here. So we'll see.
And do you think dropping onto the apron that little bit is worth the extra tire heating up that it does?
I'm not sure. I don't really feel a difference in tire in like loose versus tight, but I don't know. If it's killing my tires, then whatever.
Fair enough. So you
It's not
think
worth the extra tire heat's not worth the 2 seconds I'm down to Michael.
do you think you like Nashville Super Speedway or Nashville Fairgrounds better?
Super Speedway.
So this is the better track of the two.
In my opinion, yes.
We'll see how many people disagree with you.
Probably most of them. I liked Indy Road Course, so
That's fair. Your taste in tracks is atrocious.
oh,
Your
I should
opinion is invalid.
have seen this coming.
Daniel, right in your face.
Yep. So
What you're saying is you
let's
should
move
have
it
seen
on.
Daniel coming.
Oh, we're gonna keep blocking me. Okay, I mean that's he's got that right.
He's allowed to
So-
race.
Exactly. He has the ability to express his displeasure. So no intentional wreck in there, all good.
Throw the haymaker.
Even Scott says Fairgrounds by a long shot, and I'm with Scott on the short track aspect. I'd rather run there than here. Mostly because I don't like how tight this track gets. And I like a tight race car, so that's kind of weird.
The Fairgrounds is very unique and fun to drive. I will give it that. But just with the etiquette of iRacing and iRacers, it's never any fun to race because you'll never go green. So
I
for
mean-
that reason, I prefer.
We could put like
a bigger track.
six cars out there and then go, and you probably have a lot more green.
I mean, it depends on who those 6 cars are.
That's also fair.
You put me, Lucas, and Blake out there, and it'll be yellows all day.
God.
You put Margison, Llewellyn, and Trenton out there, and they're gonna go green for 190 laps.
Perfect. I see what you're trying to do.
Yes.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much. Pit stops in just a couple laps.
Okay, bye. We let Hayden spice things up with his controversial opinions while we were out there watching him go around for a bit. Mike Edwards continues to lead. Can get rid of this stage thingy. Get out of here. Pit stops coming up soon. Does anyone go for the short pit and track position? Hayden just hit the wall again. There's still a wall there. That wall has not gone anywhere. It's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
What if NASCAR was actually like this when they brought gas? Just troll the drivers. Like Quinn Half spin out. Like, Quinn! Facing the wrong way. Mikey leads by 1.4 over Trenton. Trenton 0.8 over Hayden. And Travis 1.2 back in the 4th spot. Jeff Price, last car in the top 5. And a huge gap, 6.8 seconds back to Ian Montrose. JR Deal, another 8 seconds back. Patsy Catalano, another 7 seconds back. Zach Margerson, not far behind Catalano. That battle for 8th could be picking up here shortly. Have to get by the lap car of Lasher-Brenner. Then the yellow car would be a battle for Margerson. Cliff Mullins 10th. Jimmy Scherer 1 lap down 11th.
Thank you.
Wallen 1 lap down in 12th. Margerson thanking the lap car of Will Asherbrenner, who is 13th. Jake Lawrence now 2 laps down in 14th. Had some right side damage on that first green flag run. We're getting to 30 laps on these tires for most drivers. 28 for Montrose as he came down later. Current closest battle on track is Trenton and Hayden, which is not all that close. There's the gap from Hayden up to... Is that Montrose coming in early? Or is that Edwards? Edwards, the race leader, coming in early. A couple of yellow and black Delta Prime cars this race. It is race leader Mike Edwards. Lap 67 hits the pit lane.
26, I think.
What up, Patrico? Long time no see. It's like Jeff Price has also jumped on the pit lane in the 19. Couple of cars out of the top 5. Trenton, big slide. May have even brushed a wall a little bit there. Currently the race leader. I think Travis Martin just peeled off. Yes, he did. Taco Bell machine pits from 3rd. Top 2. Trenton Sneed,
67 pitting, 67 pitting.
Hayden Lull. Hayden's coming this time. We'll see if Trenton does the same. Trenton is going to come down right in front of Hayden Lull. Hayden makes up a bunch of ground getting onto the pit lane. Let's see if Montrose stays out as long as possible once again. He's got a couple extra laps before he would need to come down. See what JR Deal decides to do. He's staying out. Margerson ran long last time. He'll probably do the same again. So he's not on the bottom to get to the pit lane. Catalano in 7th is hitting the pit lane. Well, Wallen stays out. Mike Edwards right behind him. If we're going to get a yellow, this is about the time we would see it. Cars on different tire strategies as Ian Montrose leads lap 69. JR Deal, 2nd place, coming to pit lane. Cave City Roleplay Ford Mustang. It's like Margerson passes Cliff Mullins as Mullins heads to pit road. There's the 37 Gajira car. Montrose stays out another lap. Jeff Price gets very crossed over on the steering, tags the wall. For all that, did a pretty decent job not to bring out a yellow. He didn't even lose that much time. It's Montrose on the older tires. Price catches right back up to him. Price trying to stay ahead of Travis Martin in the Taco Bell machine. That is for position. The last 2 cars to pit, Margerson, well, he's on the pit lane now. As Jeff Price loses it, goes into the grass, hopefully not back out on track. Jeff Price alt F4 is out of there. Keeps the yellow from coming out. think he's had enough tonight.
One putting this done.
Ian Montrose, last car to need to pit. If that had brought out a yellow, he would have been one of 5 cars in the lead lap. Let's bring that motionless and white Chevy to the pit lane. 29 laps to go at Nashville Superspeedway. That'll hand the lead back to Mike Edwards. 2.4. The gap he has over Hayden. Currently second and third, but once they pass Montrose on the pit lane, it'll be first and second. Montrose slowly creeps down the pit lane. Mike Edwards in the Metallica car going to take the lead. Hayden will 2.2 back. He's made up a couple tenths on Edwards already. 28 laps to go. Trenton finds himself in third. Travis Martin in fourth. Ian Montrose looks like he's going to stay ahead of JR Deal off the pit lane, so he will be fifth. JR Deal, after the pit cycle, got back on the lead lap, so he is currently sixth. Just ahead of our race leader, Mike Edwards, as Edwards has put almost the entire field outside the top 5 a lap down. JR Deal, the last remaining driver in that category. It's Montrose. He's going to have the freshest tires of anybody, but he is 12 seconds behind Travis Martin, so I don't know that it's going to matter that much. There is Martin. Gap Martin to Sneed, 1.7 seconds. Sneed to Hayden, 1.8. Hayden 2 seconds back of Mike Edwards. Hayden is closing in. How much of his tire is he going to use up trying to get up to Edwards? It's the shortest run he's going to have on his tires, so he can use them up a little bit more.
Mikey, is it hot in there?
Trying to mess with him.
I bet it itches.
Just a little bit.
You reach up there and itch it.
Hi, Hayden.
Hi, Swiss. God damn it.
How's it going?
It's going.
Gaining ground on Mikey.
I am, and it's really convenient that you just pulled me in as I'm gaining.
I mean, you were gaining before I pulled you in, so you know.
Exactly. Oh shit, he's gaining. That's my car.
It's not my car. I painted it, but it's not
isn't
my
that
car.
one of the DGS racing cars?
There is
the
no
14 and
DGS
the
racing.
26?
That doesn't exist.
What does the team roster say in that channel?
There is no DG racing.
And what is it?
There's a Delta Prime racing.
Mm.
That's where the 14, 26, 1, the 2, the 8, all those cars, 85, they're all in there.
All the cars you have painted. The influence over it's a little loose.
I mean, the team happens to, pay me to paint their cars. Doesn't mean it's my team.
Anyway, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. We're just watching the cars go around in circles here in Nashville. How are you feeling out there?
I'm feeling like I have a pretty solid chance. I just gotta be mistake free and save some tire.
Yeah, try not to hit the wall as many times as you did last time, and I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I need to stop clipping the apron like that too.
I mean, clipping the apron can be fun. It can also help rotate the car.
Yeah, but not here.
That's Kevin Harvick. It's like he made
Here-
a living off of that.
Here it just shoots the car straight.
I mean, pretty much all of iRacing, that's what it does. It's not very realistic, is it?
Ew. Except at Charlotte. If you grab the paint at Charlotte, it helps. But that's the only track. Atlanta, no.
I mean,
Anywhere else, no.
New Atlanta's awful anyway.
Well, I meant old Atlanta, but
I figured that's what you meant, but...
oh fuck.
Whoa! Hang on to it. Jeff Price damn near broke his hand. Holy crap.
Yeah. He got it caught in the wheel.
Ouch. And that was just from you getting loose, Jeff? Like, I didn't see him hit anything. But he got his steering crossed up a little bit. 20 to go from Nashville. What are your expectations? You think we'll make it caution-free?
Don't know.
Or are you going to push too hard and bring out the yellow?
No, not intentionally.
Not eventually. I'm going to just saying, what if you, like, overdo it? Trying to catch Mikey.
That would be very disappointing.
Be hilarious. No, Rip Kitty, Harper's not running tonight. You can't make fun of him. Can't make fun of Harper tonight. Tomorrow, should see Harper back. Harper runs Xfinity and Cup, I think, and Truck. Have to take Mondays off from making fun of Harper. You can make fun of Hayden, though. Starts with an H. It's fun to make fun of.
Oh,
The gap
Hayden, Harper, same thing.
1.3 is the gap with 18 to go. Mikey's behind a lap car.
this is collusion.
Mikey's behind JR Deal. Fair enough, Scott. He can still make fun of him, just not for the racing.
She's trying.
This should be helping Hayden as Mikey stuck in the dirty air behind the 9 car. And Trenton in third. We're letting Hayden broadcast from his car because it's been a quiet night. Why not, right? I think Trenton's a good run there in third place tonight.
Really good run for Trenton.
Parkway Drive Atlas machine. Very solid.
Cliff, you got by JR.
Now he has Asherbranner up against the fence right in front of him. His own teammate. Having to dodge him. Goodness gracious. You get the nice convenience of not having to pass him. On the inside, anyway.
I did just pass him on the inside.
My point being, you get the convenience of an easy around than not having to be like right behind him and dive to the inside like Edwards did. You gained 3/10 is what I'm saying, okay?
Passing on entry is way better than passing on exit.
And in the middle of the straightaway, too.
Yeah, that. Now I've got to get by JR.
Yeah, but now that JR's a lap down, I don't think he'll put up a fight.
It's JR. Yes, he will. It's me, I should say.
Oh, there's something between you and JR?
I don't know. He makes a lot of jokes.
I mean, so
Come
do
on,
you.
Cliff, do it again.
No balls.
Margison and Cliff battling for 8th. This is the best battle on track, by the way, other than Llewellyn and Scherer back in 10th. Scherer up the track. Llewellyn gets by on the inside. Daniel up into the top 10. Labor 12 beating Godsmack. Metallica leading the field. None of these bands sponsored by Arc Music, by the way. "13 laps to go from Nashville. Lap cars settled in between race leader Mike Edwards and second place Hayden Lowell. How much do you think it hurt having to cut to the inside there?
It actually wasn't terrible. I got him at a pretty decent spot. I just got to clear him right here. And we do.
Half a second, 13 to go. It's going to get interesting. Shall I let you focus now?
Por favor.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Swiss.
Hayden, nice enough to let us chat with him, but I figure now that it's getting close, we'll let him focus a little bit.
That sweat back here.
Race lead down to 4/10.
$90 laps, Mike. Yeah, I bet it's real hot in there.
Still trying to fuck with him.
Good win, Michael.
Wow. Trying everything they can to jinx that man. Hayden has run him down. We'll see how much tire he had to burn up to get there. He's mentioned the dirty air. I don't know if it's that big of a factor at Nashville. His biggest factor is he's got to go somewhere Edwards isn't to try and pass him. Gets out wide on corner exit. Edwards really protected the bottom. Hayden wants the bottom. Edwards not giving him the bottom. And the battle is on for the lead as Hayden gets to the outside. Edwards going to try and squeeze him up to the wall. Hayden trying to push him back down. Jeff Rice with the subscription. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So we watch Edwards and Hayden battle for the lead. 9 to go at Nashville. Mikey's forced Hayden to the top. Mikey gets into Hayden a little bit. They push doors going into the corner. Goodness gracious, they're fighting hard. Hayden's going to try and get to the bottom here coming off the corner. May get there. Edwards trying to shut the door, but not quite. Can't close the doors. Hayden gets the nose of that Ford Fusion in there. Mikey tries to overdrive corner entry to get back ahead. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Outstanding job by Mike Edwards to hold off Hayden there on the bottom. Mikey had to just kill his tires though. See if he can keep it up for 8 more laps. Has to make that Camaro as wide as possible to keep that Ford Fusion behind him. Hayden just right into tire tracks. Gets out wide for corner entry. Hayden's going to try to cut it down underneath him on corner exit and get a run. Edwards trying to park the car there so he can't get to the inside. Hayden once again alongside that right rear quarter panel of the 14. 7 laps to go. They nearly make contact there. Side by side, they remain. Hayden gets a really strong run through 1 and 2. Now Edwards trying to push the side draft, dump the air on that rear spoiler, pull the 67 back to him a little bit. And Edwards takes the shorter way around, all the way around the yellow paint. Hayden trying to keep up the momentum and clear Edwards. Not quite there just yet. Mikey still has the 67 pushed up off the bottom. Going to drive it in deep into 1. This is great entertaining stuff with the laps winding down in Nashville, but I think Hayden's going to get it done here. Edwards not giving up, but I think Hayden's going to get the drive off the corner and clear the 14 finally. Whoa, Edwards! He gave it all he could to try and hang in there, but Hayden slams the door, gets clear of the 14. Really good racing there for the lead. 2 veterans of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Edwards, of course, ever since Season 1. Hayden been around quite a while now as well. Not quite since day 1, but we've had him around a bit. Gets ahead of Edwards coming off the corner with 5 to go. Now we're crossing the stripe, 3 laps to go. See if Edwards has anything left in the tank in the 14. I'll check the timing screens for any other battles going on, but pretty sure that was the one. I guess you have Lawrence and Ashbrenner battle for 12th. That's about half a second apart. Two laps to go from Nashville. Edwards has led most of this race. Hayden Lowell catching up to him right at the end. Has to be disappointing for the 14 car of Edwards. Sees the leader slipping away with 2 to go. Check in on this 12th place battle. Ashbrenner and Lawrence. Lawrence up the track. Ashbrenner takes over the 12th spot. White flag in the air for Hayden Lowell. 1 more lap to go. Down into turn 1 he goes. See if Edwards has any last-ditch effort for the 67 car. think it would take a major overdrive to have anything to do with it now. Hayden down the backstretch for the final time. Jeremy Scherer up the track. Edwards drives it in there, not quite able to get to the back bumper of the 67. He Kyle Larson's it into the fence, but he gave it a go.
Dude,
Hayden Law.
That was so fun, and I absolutely applaud the effort.
Hayden Law with the
Oh,
win. Mike Edwards
dude.
second. Trenton Sneed brings it home third. Travis Martin
Good
fourth.
one.
Ian Montrose fifth. J.R. Deal
Good
sixth.
race, guys. Nice one, Hayden.
Cliff Mullins seventh as we go flag to flag, green to checker. No yellows tonight. Patsy Catalano picks up an 8th spot. Zach Margison 9th. Daniel Wallen will come home to finish 10th. Jeremy Scherer 11th. Will Asherbranner a 12th. Jake Lawrence 13th. Jeff Price 14th. And Lucas Hoitzma with some PC issues will finish 15th. So we'll grab Hayden doing his burnouts. Can't talk to you now?
Yes.
All right. Well, you made it exciting, and as did Mikey with the last-ditch effort there. What a heck of a race. That had to be a lot of fun behind the wheel.
That was. I say this hesitantly. I'd have to really think about it. But that was probably the most fun I've had in an SRL ARCA race. Those last 15 laps.
Yay!
That was so awesome. He raced hard and clean, and I don't know. I mean, I know his AC is not working, so that was I'm sure he was sweating his ass off in there. So that was freaking awesome.
Well, congrats on the win here in Nashville Super Speedway, and you have those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs while you're doing your burnouts.
Yeah, I would like to thank Napa Auto Parts, Arc Music, Madigan Motorsports, and C2X as always. Would like to thank you, Swiss, for putting on these broadcasts. I'd like to thank the Spittin Venom podcast for sponsoring the league. And we'd like to thank all of our other partners and admins over at the Sidewinder Racing Leagues that help put on all of our leagues across all different nights of the week.
Perfect. Congrats on the win at Nashville, and we'll see you next week, my friend.
Thank you very much, Swiss.
That does it for Hayden. Let's go get in the broadcast room and bring up our second place finisher, Mike Edwards, in the 14 as he gets tagged by Jake Lawrence. Mikey, DG, get a copy?
Hi.
Hi. Well, you made it exciting there in his last final laps, and that has to be heartbreaking to lead so much of this race and just to have Hayden steal it at the end.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go fuck myself with that one. But that was fun.
I'm glad it was fun. The car looked good.
Yeah, great painter.
So I know you're excited about seeing them live in concert. I know that has nothing to do with the race, but I don't know. I wanted to throw that out there that your car was beautiful. Nice idea by you.
Yeah, it looked good.
Let's see. The racing. You had a battle for Trenton there for a while early on, then Trenton kind of faded back a bit. Were you trying to save tires, and that's how Hayden caught you, or just he got too much speed and you couldn't quite match it?
Yeah, you couldn't really beat Hayden. He was really good on the long, or not the long runs, but the short runs. He kind of bottomed out in the middle of it, and I guess I burnt it up and kept getting into all these lap cars who kind of give you no room. So not much you can do about that, but it's Hayden. So I led 83 laps, didn't expect to do that. It's 76 in the house and probably twice as hot in this little room with this computer and everything going. So I'm soaked. It's moist.
All right.
All that to lose it there at the end. So I guess it is what it is.
Well, then hit me with those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs so you can get out of here and go take a shower.
Yeah, Fort Screen Printing, KVRP, EPI, Dockside Reynolds, Autism Awareness, Labor 12, Fort Screen Printing, you for making this paint. Kind of Hayden for racing me clean there. I tried to door him a few times and probably could have cut low and just took him out, but I wouldn't want that. But yeah, one of these days I'll get a Nashville win. Remember last time I was leading on the white flag and got dumped by good old Buzzio. So yeah, one of these days.
He would never do that. What are you talking about?
Second to Lucas here in Cup last season too. So one of these days it's like Chicagoland 2.0, I guess.
Hey, until someone goes across the grass and wipes you out under caution, it's not Chicagoland.
Yeah, good times.
All right, bud. Congrats on that P2 finish. Get on out of here and enjoy it. Get the shower and cool down.
All right, thanks, dude. Have a good night.
Let me go find the 81 Trenton Sneed. Trenton, bringing home P3 in that Parkway Drive Atlas Corvette tonight. How was it out there?
That might be one of the better driving cars I've ever driven. It was predictable. I was able to kind of ride the bottom, turn it with the gas, and kind of had fun. Went green the whole way. So that was surprising.
I was gonna say, you ever expect an ARCA race to go green?
No. No.
Especially when the Cliff Mullins is in, right?
No. Yeah, no.
He tried to
Well,
bring
I
out
think
the yellow. He cut the grass.
I'm not surprised we went green with Cliff in it. I think that no was in the wrong order there. I'm surprised we went green, but not because Cliff was here.
10-4. I mean, it is Cliff. He finds ways
It
to
is.
make drama one way or another usually.
Well, that's this team in a nutshell, dog.
Fair enough.
It's usually somehow I'm involved in it. Usually somehow battling in the top 5 too.
Here you are in the top 5, in third, getting an interview, and you didn't wreck.
I know. I only mowed the fence down once.
Only once?
And only once, and it didn't even give me any damage. I Dale Jr.'d All-Star race. I mowed it down in just the right spot. The only difference is it didn't make me faster. Stayed about the same.
Man, oh man, it's just like, I don't know, like you're out there trying or something.
Always have. Just always come up short most of the time.
So we're giving Nashville Super Speedway a passing grade. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, yeah, I've always kind of liked this track. I finish better at the Speedway than I do at the fairgrounds. So
that's true for most people, isn't it? Though.
Well, I figured I like short tracks, so I figured I'd like the fairgrounds. But
that's
I'm kind
fair.
of shit at it.
But most people don't even finish at that track, let alone finish well.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, the only time
take these bastards on a Charlotte Legends Oval.
The only time I ever raced Dale Jr. was at the Nashville Fairgrounds, and he got wrecked out on like lap 2.
I haven't got to race against the big man, but I've got to race against Rico Abreu and Alfredo.
Man,
and Alfredo said I was fast during his stream, so that made my year.
I won't brag about all the guys I've raced against, but we'll. I just wanted to add that one because I know you're a big Junior fan, and we were talking about Nashville.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that sees my number font, tell who I pulled for.
Yep, and your little logo beside your name right now. You know, all of that factors in. Go ahead, hit me with those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs, and we can get on out of here and enjoy the rest of our Monday night.
Yeah, thank my entire family for watching. Mom, sis, dad, Uncle Lee. Don't really have the main sponsors on the card tonight because it's music themed. I put all the shit I listen to on here instead. Obviously, if anyone that's known me more than 15 minutes, I'm a big-ass Parkway Drive fan. They're easily my favorite band. Have been since I got recommended them through the Spotify recommended while I was working at the Stock War in 2020. Or 2021. Fell in love with that group, and yeah. The other bands I have on the car are Lorna Shore, Labor 12, Whitechapel, and Cattle Decapitation. Those are the other bands I've been kind of on a binge as of late. Yeah. Got the Atlas album on the side panels because that has probably my favorite song from them being Wild Eyes for Parkway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think the entirety of the team. Good job on Hayden getting the dub. Was low-key kind of pulling for Michael. He hasn't won yet this season, and he led majority of it. And it'd be kind of criminal if he got blown by the fastest motherfucker here, other than Lucas, but it happened anyway. Congrats to Hayden. Thank old Clifford, Jeff, Adam Crozier, Nathan Lafayette, Andrew Beach. Lucky when he drops in every now and again. Thank you for broadcasting. Spittin Venom Podcast, Sneak Tombstone Game Farm, Tree and Technologies. And yeah, thank God that I got a podium. We're actually getting a lot of them, so that is kind of neat. Just hopefully, I'd like to get more repeats of Daytona and ISS.
Fair enough.
I like the dopamine that brings.
One question before I send you out of here.
Okay.
If you have to listen to only one right now, Obey or Wishing Wells?
Obey or Wishing.
Don't hurt yourself.
I'm thinking about it. Obey.
Perfect. All right, get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and we'll see you next one.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Trenton Seed brings it home in third spot. I am with you, Outlaw. I am Team Outlaw for this one. Wishing Wells over Obey for sure. All right, let's see. Final results. Let's get those up on the screen. The winner, Hayden Lull. Second, Mike Edwards. Third, Trenton Sneed. Travis Martin, Eden Montrose pick up top 5. JR Deal with the 6th place finish. Cliff Mullins, Patsy Catalano, Zach Martinson, and Daniel Wallen getting top 10s. And then the short page 2, Jeremy Scherer, Will Asherbranner, Jake Lawrence, Jeff Price, and Lucas Hoytsma. Lucas having those PC issues finishing in last tonight. Thank you for everyone that came out and raced. We appreciate you. Thanks for everyone that participated in the music theme tonight. All those music themed cars on track was a lot of fun. Appreciate each and every one of you watching out in the stands. And yeah, that's going to do it from Nashville Super Speedway. Thank you all very much for being here. Let's say this has been iRacing.com. Head on over there, pick up this track and these cars. Come race with us. We'd love to have you be part of our community. Check out dgsracing.com. Click that big red snake. It'll get you to our Discord. You can sign up to run any of our 9 different series. There's no iRating caps. Just a nice open community that'll welcome you on in. And, well, if you do something stupid, they'll let you know. Thank you all so much for being here, being part of it. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next event. If you're over on the YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and help us out with the eyeballs on our videos so we can get more sponsors to get more races going. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and bye-bye.